Hey everyone, it's Britt, owner of Gal on the Go mobile beauty service. I am so excited and so honored to be on Esther Breeze's podcast this evening. Stay tuned, we're talking about everything beauty, everything fashion, and so much more. Bye guys.
And I'm done. Hey guys, thank you and welcome to Esther's Breeze, where we sit back, chat, and shoot the breeze. I want to thank you all for being here. A special thank you to Jenny DeHame from Pax Management, to Mr. Robert D'Alessio, my mentor and good friend, and to Fernando Renzo, my partner in crime, and who has now been promoted to producer. Yay! Today, I am wearing compliqué. It's available at Annie and Stella and online at Boutique V and Rose. And of course, hair and makeup by the incredible, beautiful Brittany Gal on the Go, who's our guest tonight. I also want to mention that Mr. Robert D'Alessio and I have started a afternoon podcast called Noon Out of the Box every Wednesday from 12 to 12:15, where we just talk about whatever's on our mind, and it's basically unscripted and out of the box. So, our guest tonight, Brittany Gal on the Go. She is a hairstylist, master colorist, makeup artist, and educator. She also is very distinct in that she offers a mobile beauty service. She has worked on numerous model campaigns, as well as movie sets in both Montreal and New York City. An entrepreneur at age 25 and now a thriving businesswoman in her early 30s. Brittany is a force to be reckoned with in the beauty industry. I'm so excited to have her to sit back, chat, and shoot the breeze. Let's welcome Brittany Gal on the Go. Hey! How are you?
I'm doing so well. Thank you so much for having me.
It is absolutely my pleasure. I'm so happy to have you. So, Brittany, you started your mobile beauty business at age 25. What
Yes,
prompted you to go out on your own, and why go mobile?
What a good question. That is an excellent question. At the time, I had a very bad back injury and going through a divorce, and my clients started where I had to unfortunately stop working. So they would call me and find me on Facebook and social media platforms, and they would be like, can you come to my house? I have a bar mitzvah. Can you come to my house? I have a wedding. So it just really started like that, off an injury and unfortunate circumstance, but it grew so quickly and so fast. And I'm so grateful to our community because they like to talk, and they really it was just word of mouth for a really long time.
It was, in actuality, you were kind of ahead of your time, because now it's definitely a thing, also considering our situation. So
Yes.
you were definitely way ahead of your time, and you're thriving. It's just incredible.
Thank you.
So you've also worked on movie sets and modeling campaigns. So tell us what that's like.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun being in the glam room. I have to tell you, everything kind of happens and starts there. So it's a lot of hurry up and go. It's a lot of wait. But it's very exciting, and it's very, very fulfilling and gratifying knowing that you're able to transform. I'm actually doing something tomorrow, which is so funny that you say that. It's just so gratifying knowing that, a company or a person trusts you so much to make them look beautiful for their clothing or their activewear or their film or their, video shoot. It's an honor.
Do you find there's a difference between modeling campaigns and working on movie sets? Is there a distinct difference, or it's very similar?
In terms of the actual glam itself, no, because you have a storyboard and you have a meeting with the producers or the editors or whomever or the owners and you discuss. But in terms of like call time and, a shoot could be an hour or two, whereas a set could be all day. It could be 2 days. Like, so it just depends on really what you're working on, but it's the same form of work.
So, and in fact, I'm sure that you're in situations that are not always that easy to comply with all the things that you have to do. Like, where is there a plug, and
Yeah,
how do I,
I'm in the
how do I
middle
get
of
the
the
right
woods.
light?
Yes, type of thing. Or, oh shit, the power went off. Or, like no more water, or just like things like that are just so random, but you have to be MacGyver and kind of figure it out. And, I come very equipped, as you know.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I've been having you as my hairstylist and makeup artist for quite a few years. So I'm very aware and very happy.
I'm
So,
very honored to have you as my client, as in my friend too.
oh, you're so sweet. So, when I'm watching your stories on Instagram and some of your posts, I'm also aware of the fact of your knowledge with skincare and products for the hair itself, and just generalized beauty products. It's not just exclusive to hair and makeup. Like, have you always had an interest in that? Where does that come from?
I think I am the ultimate beauty girl. Like, I like to try everything. I like to do everything. I like to change my hair 5 million times. I like knowing, I like trying. I think I've always just been super curious. And, I struggled as a teenager, like a lot of us did, with acne or skin issues or curly hair and wanted it, straighter. So, like, I always kind of just tried new things until I found something I really loved. And then I'd share it with my friends or my family or my mom. And I think that, people and clients want to know, like, what's good, what's bad, what can I get at the pharmacy, what's high end, what's low end. So I feel like if I have all this knowledge and I'm like sitting with a glam room full of stuff, I might as well share it.
So how did you initially get into doing hair and makeup? Was that something you always wanted to do, or is just sort of was your backup plan? How did that all pan out?
Actually, I worked in fashion before I did makeup in New York. And I just always ended up in the glam room, or I always was dyeing my hair a different color. And I was always doing my friend's makeup when went out. And so finally my mom was like, Brittany, you have to pursue this. You're so talented. You're so good with these things. And I listened to my mom, thankfully. And I'm so grateful because I love my clients and I really love what I do.
And you're so good at it. So how do you know when you walk into a client's house, how do you know, aside from her asking you or him asking for something specific, how do you know what will work? How do you know what kind of makeup will work? And how do you know what kind of hairstyle or shade of color? Is that something that's intuitive or something that you've learned?
I think it's a little bit of both, to be honest. I think that some of it's training and some of it's skill and some of it's inside and it's natural. And I think that when you're a creative person like me and, think sometimes out of the box, you kind of just see a face like an artist and just want to paint the canvas or, paint on the head, or your ideas just come and flow just like you are with acting and talking and communication. So I think some of it is training and some of it is just natural.
Do you find that because you go into people's homes and in a sense, because you're dealing with their face and their hair, that there's sort of a sense of intimacy, and that in fact they confide in you? And if they do, is that kind of draining? Like how, and I've always wanted to know about that with, hairstylists and makeup artists, because we all tend to do that. We start like, spilling the beans.
I have every secret in the city, Esther.
Uh-oh, that's another podcast.
But I like to keep a total confidentiality. I think it's important if someone's telling me something private to keep it private. But yeah, I hear good, I hear bad, I hear scary, I hear shocking, I hear, some days I can't even mumble words at the end of the day because I'm so tired. But I'm just talking, whether it's good or bad. It could be draining, but again, like I think to myself, like, what else would I do?
Yeah, no, I understand. We just had a little pop-up question from Bobby Short Shorts. He's actually the gentleman that I do the podcast. We co-host
Hi,
together.
Bobby.
And he's asking, Brittany, do you have a huge purse? Because we talked about that, about women and their purses.
Do I have a huge purse?
Yes. Do you carry a lot in your bag? Do you have a huge purse? It was
Like
part
a
of our
luggage?
conversation. No, like a handbag, like your own personal purse.
Oh, I have many big purses. But I do schlep like 2 big suitcases wherever I go. So I try to just keep it simple with like a fanny pack or something small on me because I'm always schlepping around these bags everywhere I go. So I've given the big purse up. I'm like more of like a little clutch kind of girl these days. Thanks for the question.
Actually, guys, you can ask any question you want to Brittany, and also if you have your own tips or interesting little tidbits about beauty and your own experience, we'd be more than happy to hear about that. So, talking about beauty and tips and trends, what are your predictions for spring summer 2021 for hair, makeup? Oh, and she is wearing it.
Have
I
you
love
seen
it. So, what do you call that?
It's called a money piece, actually. Basically, it's very 90s inspired. It's just like 2 pieces, like face framing, basically. And it kind of just brightens up your look for the spring summer to come. There's so many looks this year because we've really been hibernating. So, step out of your comfort zone this summer. It's okay. Like we've been inside for so freaking long. It's okay to do something different. If you're thinking about getting bangs, cut your bangs. If you're thinking about, putting a fun color in your hair, just do it. Explore and don't be afraid to try new things. That's what I'm going to say for this summer.
So it's chunky 90s look, bangs, and just sort of a street style per se.
Yeah, kind of like a street style, I would say. That's what's like young and trending. I do lots of highlights, balayage. There are always things that are classics, right? That are always going to stay classics. And then there's people like me that decide they want pink in their hair one day. So the sky is the limit, really.
And so what about makeup? Is there a certain trend in makeup or is there a certain look that you find a lot of your clients ask for?
Well, right now, since we've been masking,
yes,
the lips are not really a thing anymore. It's really about the eyes, right? Really keeping your eyes fresh. It's also about the skin, keeping your skin hydrated. I'm seeing lots of mask acne everywhere, including myself. I have these crazy breakouts sometimes because our skin is so like congested in a mask. So talk to your estheticians, get a facial, like really, really take care of your skin this year. You wear SPF. I can't say that enough. Wear SPF.
So talking about masks, how do you feel the pandemic has affected the beauty business in general and for yourself?
Okay, well, I think that thankfully the beauty industry is so revolutionary. The people that, we have to keep going. So we're finding other ways to talk about. There's so many things in beauty we could talk about. It's not just makeup, it's skin, it's clothes. It's so broad. So I think that the industry is changing and it's changing within the times and the situation. So, I mean, we've all suffered, especially makeup artists, hairdressers as well. Just try to think outside of the box and try to create, something, a buzz for yourself to keep yourself going.
How do you think it affected you on a personal level? I mean, I think it was 4 months, almost 5 months that all the salons were closed and even your mobile business, you were not allowed to go visit others. So like,
it was really hard.
How did you handle that? What was going on?
Esther, it was very difficult. Like, I'm a person that suffers with anxiety. I'm sure a lot of us do. And I talk about it openly. And my anxiety went through the roof. It was really difficult and it was very trying. And, worrying about my business, worrying about like, I can't see my parents. And it took a toll. And thankfully, I got it together and came out of it like most of us did. And thought outside the box. I tried to make color kits and tried to like make some videos to kind of inspire my clients, my friends, just to like remember that like we're not alone and just don't forget about yourself.
Yeah, I remember actually that I received a color kit from you with and a video. I mean,
Yes.
that was like brilliant. That was ingenious. That yeah, that you provided that and you kept going with it
Yeah, I
in your
still
social
make
media.
them sometimes, for the clients that are really, really still nervous, which I get.
Do you find that it affected your age group, the 25 to 35-year-olds, more than any other demographic? I mean,
Completely.
yeah, tell me why you think that is.
I think that because we're like young professionals and we're trying to like either settle down or like, progress in business, and it just came to like a stop, and we're used to like going for dinner and having a drink and dating, and it just totally stopped. It put us all, I believe anyways, and speaking for myself, but just speaking to my friends and others around me, it put us all in a huge funk. And I feel that, we're slowly coming out of it, and beauty, self-care, anything like that is really going to make the difference, like right now.
Yeah, I agree. So do you think because of that, the trend that we have because we're wearing masks and we're indoors, like how do you think it affected everything else in terms of clothing, accessories, nails? Like what do you see the changes?
Well, I mean, we went from wearing loungewear PJs to like I put a pair of jeans on today, you know? So I think we're starting to just come back into what it will be and what it used to be slowly. Like, I didn't do my nails for like a good year. I'm the queen of my nails are like my everything. So I think slowly, slowly, we're going to get back into the rhythm and the swing of things, and we'll feel more comfortable. And then, you know, the nail thing, like it's the biggest trend right now to have these colors on the nails and like the flowers so it's coming back slowly.
Yeah, and again, like I said, you always kept your social media going throughout. So what do you think the importance is of social media for an entrepreneur, especially in the beauty industry?
It's really like your portfolio at this point. It showcases everything, right? So you have to be relevant. And I think that as a young entrepreneur, I think social media has helped me immensely. I've gotten a lot of amazing opportunities through social media, in particular Instagram. It's a beautiful platform. I think that when you're doing it the right way and showcasing yourself in a professional manner, I believe that the sky's the limit. You don't know who's watching you.
Yeah, you're right about that. Do you have a preference on how what platform within Instagram? Like, do you prefer Reels over IGTV versus Stories versus posts? Or
I think I just like to mix it up, just because, I think people like to watch a reel and then like to watch, or see a post about a tip, a trick, a story. I always story, because I think like people want to see the behind the scenes of somebody that's, going from home to home and on a set. And it's just interesting. It's kind of like reality TV, but like on Instagram, right?
yeah, no, absolutely. People want to know not only the person, the brand, but the person behind all that. This is from Bobby Short Shorts. Is red nail polish passe, Brittany?
Bobby, we got to talk.
I don't think so.
I like a good red nail polish, but maybe not for summer, spring, summer. Maybe on Valentine's Day.
Right. So
You
you were
know?
telling me earlier about some of the stuff that people were asking of you during that 4-month period. Like, what are some of the requests that you had from people during that time period where we weren't allowed to go to hair salons or have our mobile hairstylist come?
Well, I'm not a nail technician. I got a ton of DMs about how to remove gel nails. I had to figure it out on my own too. I had women messaging me, calling me, texting me, bribing me to come to their homes illegally and give them a set of highlights, and people I don't know, I've never met. it was very interesting and a little alarming, but it was flattering at the same time. But I got a lot of, and then after, when I was able to finally service the clients, the disasters that I've had to, I'm sure all the stylists out there can agree, and like raise your hand, literally, the amount of disasters, I'm going to call them, beyond, where it was unbelievable what people create in their home.
You know what I noticed? And I even saw like one newscaster, I think she's on Global. Everybody was going gray. Well, women of a certain age.
Like
A
silver.
lot of people, silver. Oh, correct. So
Yeah,
a lot of people decided to forget the color. I'm just going to let it go naturally. Like, what do you think about that? And is it for everyone?
I love this look. I think it's so classy. I think that if you have the right face type, the right coloring, the right complexion, the right eyes, like the right hair also, it could be stunning. But I think that most people don't have that. I think it's for a certain amount and a certain type of person. And I think if ladies out there, if you're looking to do that, I would say consult your hair care professional, because there is like a weird period of time where your hair is growing out. There's like chunks of the other color. It's wiry. So I would say consult your hair care professional, make sure that they give you all the information, the proper information, and then you decide with them going forward what you want to do. It's still a commitment either way. And I think that some women decided to do that because they just felt like helpless and they weren't sure to go to a salon or call a mobile girl. They just felt like stuck, which is fine, but it's not always flattering. So I think the look is lovely. I love the look. It's so elegant, but it has to be on the right person.
I agree. So getting back to the whole idea of mobile beauty, have you ever considered having your own crew, so to speak, or just like having sort of like under the umbrella of Gal on the Go and just getting like a crew of girls and they'll take different sections of the city or go into other cities? I mean, it's such a brilliant, idea and concept.
I've definitely been approached numerous times for this idea. I think it's a great idea. I wasn't ready to just hand my business over to even a portion of it to anyone at that point in my life. However, girls, if you're looking for a job, Gal on the Go is hiring. I would love to expand my team, makeup artists, hairdressers, estheticians. Times are so tough right now in salon, and I feel like my business is thriving, thank God. And, if I can help somebody build like I did, then I'm happy to help them.
Or even be part of.
Or be part of it, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like either way, just it's an amazing business to be in, and I'm grateful.
You've also done some teaching in the past. Tell us about that.
I have. I was hired years ago to be like educators for styling products.
Right.
And then more recently, I became a color teacher in a private beauty academy in Montreal. Unfortunately, due to COVID purposes, it's very difficult to teach color in partitions and half colors. And so I had to give it up and stop. But I really did love it. I really, really enjoyed teaching. And, I've been hired to go to daycares and schools to teach the faculty and even students about self-care and home care and how to take care of yourself and just basics. A lot of people don't. I'm sorry?
No, I think that's great. And I just wanted to let you know that I actually have a little clip that you're just right after you've been with a class.
Oh.
So we're just going to put that on. Mr. Technician. Okay.
Guys, I'm here at Kids Company to talk about hair and makeup, skin, beauty care. Say hi, guys. Hi. It's Teachers Appreciation Month, so appreciate your teachers. Bye.
So where was that?
That was at a daycare, a private daycare in the city. And the owner of the daycare asked me to come and teach their daycare workers about just basic self-care, self-hygiene, just, some beauty tips, tricks, inexpensive ways to look and feel good. Teachers, they work so hard, and doesn't mean, they're not always compensated in the best of ways. So it was really just about giving back to the teachers and kind of giving them some education about beauty. And I loved it.
So are there any plans in the future to continue that teaching and that whole idea, or something along those lines?
I'm going to say ... You'll have to stay tuned. I would love to. And as soon as things open up, there'll be, the best is yet to come.
So you call yourself a master colorist, and I've never heard that term before. What does that mean?
Basically, it means that your training, it's all about your training and how many courses you've taken and how many extra courses you've taken and the credits that go to that. And it's basically about education and how far I've gone.
Okay, that's so interesting. I had no idea. So you originally went to LaSalle College, is that correct, in fashion?
Exactly. I went to LaSalle College, and my team won final project, and we were, allotted jobs. Like, there was all kinds of people there. And I decided, because I did an internship in New York, that I would go to New York, and I finally got a job with DKNY. And it was very eye-opening. I had a lot of fun, and but it was challenging and very like dog eat dog and very anxiety driven, as the fashion industry is. And I decided it was too stressful, and you're not appreciated.
No, I know. I was in the fashion industry myself.
Yeah, you hadn't. You can relate and understand. So I think at the end of the day, I wanted to feel gratified, as do most, in their job. And it just like came out of me. So it pours out of me. So it was like a no-brainer.
So once you decided that it wasn't for you, you came back home to Montreal, and that's when you took classes in
I went
beauty
back
school.
to school, and I started at like Gordon Robertson, and then I just continued taking courses, L'Oreal Academy, and so on and so forth. And you build your tools in your toolbox, and the more you do, the more you learn, the more you get better. You can never stop learning in this industry, and that's why I like it so much, because my mind always runs. I'm literally gal on the go. I never stop thinking. So it's such a great industry to be in, because it's so creative and you can do whatever.
No, you're absolutely right. And I know the joy and love and passion you have for it. And when I see you, you're always beaming and happy, and it's a joy. It's an absolute joy to see. So again, Bobby Short Shorts has another question. Do you think that people will shift more and more towards home service such as yours, meaning that they will be less inclined to go to a salon?
I think we're seeing that trend far more now than ever. It was already trending a little bit before the pandemic. However, now it's exploded, because unfortunately, not to knock any salon, I think salons are wonderful. I just think that people's insecurities and people's anxiety are so high, it's normal that they're going to find another way. And they're liking it. So yes, I do think mobile services is the future. That's what I think. That's what I believe.
What are your feelings on men care? So in terms of men getting their hair tinted, getting their hair colored, there's all these skincare lines for men.
It's major.
It's
major. I think men and women are equal. We're equal. We should be able to have a facial at the same time, get Botox at the same time, have a mani-pedi. Like, I think that men are taking much more care of themselves, which I absolutely love, by the way. I think men should take care of themselves and they should feel proud of how they look just as women do. And I think it's a booming thing that men are just as equal as women in terms of their beauty care. And I think it's amazing.
Does your mobile business include servicing men as well in terms of getting their hair tinted and cut, etc.?
Unfortunately, no.
And why is that?
That's a good question. I think that as a woman, and again, like, I think as a woman, and as a business owner, I have to protect myself. Not that all men are bad, they're not. I just feel that I'm young, and if someone's calling me of a man and I don't know them, I'm not gonna just enter in their home. My parents might never see me again. Like, you know, so I just feel more comfortable if I am giving a man a haircut. It would be the husband of a client or the son of a client, and the client's there. So it's a comfortable setting for both myself and the client.
I understand. You know, I really appreciated when you were just so real and authentic earlier when you talked about your own personal anxiety and
Yes.
how the pandemic affected that. And I was just curious as to how it affects individuals, especially in your age group, but also how the identity of who you are, what you do, how it affects us. That when that's taken away, it's almost like we don't know who we are. So what was happening to you at that time?
I lost, you said it so well. I lost my identity. Like, I lost my purpose. Like, you take restaurants away from us. You take, shopping away from us. You take dating away from us. You take interaction away from us. And you're going to take my business? Like, geez. And I can't even see my parents or friends. So really, like, it was debilitating.
Yeah. 100%.
Super debilitating. And I know I'm not alone. Everyone kind of was in the same boat, and you could either sink or swim, right? So there was a really scary point in time, and I decided to make a change and get myself the care I needed to be able to continue to be who I am.
I really
I'm much
appreciate
better for it.
Absolutely. And I so appreciate your honesty on this, really, because a lot of people have gone through that and a lot of people are not talking about it. But I think it's important to talk about that, especially during the pandemic. I think there was a lot of people who suffered the loss of identity, a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression. And I love how you're just so open about it. I mean, from day one, you spoke to me about it, and
Yes.
and talking about yourself, you help me and you help others. I think it's beautiful, it's wonderful, and I appreciate it. Now, you brought up dating. So how does that work? I was just curious. How does one date in this pandemic life?
I wouldn't know. And I'm keeping it like that.
Okay. But your friends, for instance, who are single and,
Yes.
in your age group, how are they
It's
meeting
very
people?
difficult. I think in the beginning it was kind of like mingling outside and kind of doing the walks. And then
Right.
I think just now my age group is just like, screw it. Like, eventually
had enough?
it'll happen. I don't think it's such a pressure as it perhaps was in the beginning, because people were panicking.
Yeah, absolutely. We were all panicking.
Yeah. Esther, I'm going to have to just put my phone on the charger. Just give me one moment.
Absolutely. No problem.
Of course, that would be me doing that.
So
Sorry,
in fact,
people.
No problem. So Brittany, in fact, she is offering to those people or to one of the many people who have decided to subscribe to Esther's Breeze within 24 hours of us going live, $20 off of her mobile business. So that is extremely generous of you. Thank you so much. The person will be chosen at random, and I will be making note of who has subscribed since 8 p.m. tonight. So thank you so much, Brittany. That's a wonderful gift.
You're so welcome. My pleasure.
Yeah, no, that's be greatly appreciated from whoever wins. And trust me, ladies, or maybe the odd man, I don't think so. Ladies, you will so appreciate it. She's amazing. Truly. You're very, very gifted. And in fact, it's very close to being an artist. So in my day,
Yes.
we would just put on blush and a little eyeliner, and now you come and you do this contouring stuff. Like, explain that to me. Like, I feel like I'm a blank canvas. So you're painting on my face.
It's literally painting on the face. It's literally exactly that.
So did you, when you took your classes in hair and in color, was there also classes for makeup as well, or is this just something that you learned on your own for the sheer love of it?
There was totally classes for both. And again, it's like in me naturally. So yes, courses and just me being creative.
Yeah. So
I think any artist, by the way, like no matter how much you train for it, it's either you have it or you don't. And I think when you're an artist, it comes out.
Yeah. And we're asking others out there if they have any beauty tips or that they would like to share to let us know.
Or if you have any questions, like about something, I'm open to talk about it. Or, you know, if you have an inquiry about hair, let me know.
Oh, again, your new
my favorite.
Your new biggest fan, Bobby Short Shorts. Have you ever modeled, Brittany? Yeah, have you ever modeled?
Bobby! What's going on tonight?
Bobby's a good guy, yes.
Oh, you're getting
You're blushing.
Have I ever modeled? Here and there, very, very little. Very, very, like, not.
Yeah, that's okay. You'd rather be behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I know you.
Nothing too crazy.
Actually, I have a question.
Oh.
So, yes, and it's beauty related. And this is something I've been dealing with in my entire adulthood. Okay. I have extremely dry hair.
Yes,
and
often honey.
Yes.
Let's just talk. Yeah. We need a keratin.
Seriously.
I've been pushing you forever.
For what? I'm sorry, say that again?
A
keratin. Okay.
Yes. It's time.
So explain what keratin is. I'm not even clear on what that is.
It's like the mecca of curly hair problems.
Okay, so explain,
so
please.
Basically, a keratin is a treatment. It's like a very intense conditioning treatment that takes 80% of the fuzz and the frizz away from your hair. It seals your cuticle, makes it shiny, transforms the texture from like bushy, I don't know what you call your hair sometimes, like
kinky,
bristle, like kinky to like smooth. You can literally get out of the shower and like it'll stay nice. Like you don't have to spend time blowing it until your arm breaks off. So it cuts your blow drying time in half, and it really does work miracles.
I know you've been trying to get me to do it for a long time. So, and my other concern, I'm being very forthright and open, dandruff.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, dandruff is a few things. There's a few things.
Okay.
What shampoo are you using? That's my first.
Okay.
My second is, are you stressed?
Really? Does that have anything to do with it?
Third is the weather climate. If
okay.
The weather changing, or you can go see your physician because it could be something further.
Okay.
Like eczema or other types of rashes that, you know, not necessarily a product will do. So it could be a few things.
And I've also noticed
taking medication too. Sorry to cut you.
Right, no problem.
Too can really change the texture of your hair as well.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah.
And what about shedding? Because I find that it's almost like seasonal or
shedding is very normal. Well, again, in context, like if you're having clumps in the shower, maybe call your doctor, but right. Shedding is normal. Like it's like we're in hibernation, and then when spring comes, everything kind of just, it's like our skin too. If you notice for the past few weeks, I don't know about you, but my skin has been peeling a little bit. It's been a little bit dry. It's the change of season.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yes.
I never considered that. In terms of makeup, so everybody has their issues. And I'm going to, again, speak from a personal level.
Okay.
I've always had circles under my eyes and it's a little dark. What do I do to counteract that? Is there, in terms of product and in terms of makeup?
Well, are you getting enough sleep? Are
That's a
you
good
drinking
question.
enough water? Are you
Aha.
eating your fruits and vegetables? That it starts always within.
Right.
So vitamin B, vitamin D, all those things are so important because it shows on our face first. Then I would say get a really, really good concealer, like 100% coverage. That's going to help
Okay.
you.
Oh,
And
okay.
a concealer that's liquid.
Okay.
Liquidy. So that's all. And you take a beauty blender or a sponge and you wet it a little and you kind of just dab it ever so slightly. So it's going to give an illusion of like dewy kind of look.
Okay.
And those are my 2 tips and tricks, I think. But it also starts within. And then you could go see your doctor as well, or a surgeon if you want to further, help yourself aesthetically, fix the issue.
What are your feelings on getting Botox fillers? Did you just scream yes?
I'm the poster child, honey.
Oh, okay.
No, I really think that if you're uncomfortable with something about your face, or you feel, that something's making your self-esteem go a bit lower, then you should correct it. And you should feel good about yourself, whether that's an injection, whether that's a surgery, whether that's a cream, I think that the most important is how you feel inside, and not to do something for somebody else, but to do it for yourself.
Do you think that there's a certain age that women can start doing that, using the Botox and the fillers, the Juvederm and whatnot?
Well, I think I happen to have started a little young, but in retrospect, it's a preventative, from the fine lines, from wrinkles, and it depends how crazy. You can be very moderate and you could be outlandish. So it really just depends on what you're looking for. At the same time, I think if you want to make yourself feel good, then you should do it.
I agree.
That's my take on it.
Yeah.
Within reason.
Yes.
We don't want it botched.
No, absolutely not. And by the way, you look absolutely gorgeous. Just so
thank you.
Want you to know.
Thank you very much.
Stop. Well, I have a great hairstylist and makeup artist. Brittany, if people want to contact you, how can they do that?
Honestly, send me a DM on Instagram. It's the best way to get in touch with me. It's the quickest, probably at this point. Send me a DM.
So your handle is on Instagram. What is it?
It's gal_on_the_go_Brit.
And on Facebook, it's Brit Gal on the Go.
It's something like that, yes. But
no, it is. I actually looked it up. I'm sorry?
I'm the only gal.
You are. Absolutely. But I did look it up, and that's what it's called. And ladies, seriously, she's amazing. She's an absolute sweetheart, and she really creates miracles. And I'm so grateful that, I have you in my life, and that you help me with my hair and my makeup, and you're just a beautiful person. And I want to thank you so much for being here tonight. I had an absolute blast. I've learned so much.
I just want to say one thing, Esther.
Oh, please.
I'm so proud of you for doing this podcast. We have been talking about all of this spiel for a while.
Yes.
And I just want to say from the bottom of my heart that I'm your super fan.
Oh my God. Now you're going to make me cry. Okay.
And I think you're such an amazing person. And I want to wish you such success with this, because I really believe in you.
Thank you so much. I love you.
I love you too.
All right.
For having a moment, except for our makeup.
It's okay. I just want to thank everyone for watching tonight. It was such a great broadcast. I learned so much. Brittany, you were amazing. And we will be back next Thursday. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Good night.